When someone is in their prime, they're at a stage of their life where they're most successful. But being in your prime takes time. Hi loves, and welcome back to the community. Today we're going to be talking about prime time and how seasons in our life affect our prime. When we hear the word prime, it's often associated with success or speed. Consider Prime Sports Drinks or Amazon Prime. Due to this word association, we've been conditioned to desire or feel as though we need to rush the process of success. The number of people who are willing to compromise their morals in order to go viral is evidence to this conditioned urge to speed up the process. But anything that's rushed won't last, and a strong foundation is required if you want to build anything sustainable. God is our solid foundation, and He tells us in His Word, specifically in Ecclesiastes 3:1-12, that everything has its own timing. I want to be reading from the NIV version. There's a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to uproot. A time to kill, and a time to heal. Then I'm going to skip down to verse 9. What do workers gain from toil? I have seen the burden God has laid on the human race. He has made everything beautiful in its time. He also set eternity in the human heart, yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end. I know that there is nothing better for people than to be happy and to do good while they live. There comes a time where God has to tear us down, stripping us from our pride and arrogancy in order to elevate us in a level of humility so that when we do reach our prime, we're able to maintain what comes with it. Knowing that everything occurs in its perfect timing, we ought to embrace the process rather than rush it. Life is too short to be worrying about the future. Instead, just enjoy the present moment. The best way to understand how everything has its own timing is through the 4 seasons. So let's examine how the seasons prepare us for attaining our prime.
Spring. As we flourish like flowers in the glorious season of spring, we witness countless blessings and the fulfillment of God's promises. There is some rain in this season that brings forth a little discomfort, but we know rain helps the plants grow, as pain helps us grow. Summer. Summer is a time of joy, but we often complain about the heat. The heat serves as a reminder that difficulties persist even during our greatest moments. But don't sweat it, because this is only a test to see if you can handle the fall. Fall. Fall stands for all. Just as leaves don't get to choose if they fall, we don't have a choice either, since unpleasant things will happen to us at some point in our lives. Fall is a season of growth and maturity because God breaks us down to rebuild us. He removes people and things that keep us stagnant. Winter. As the animals are hibernating throughout winter, we should be spending this time alone and resting as well. In this isolation season, God separates us to protect and prepare us for receiving the blessings in spring. Remember, when we are in the present season of winter, that means we have recovered from the fall, and the near future brings forth summer and spring. God is and God has been with you through every season of your life. With His strength, you were able to make it through every tough season. Jonathan Larson's song, Seasons of Love, opens with the question, how do you measure a year? Ultimately, asking, how do you measure time? Well, the answer is, you don't. Seasons are only here for us to make sense of time, but we as humans cannot grasp time. The lyrics suggest we measure it in love. How about love? How about love? Measure in love. Remember the love. Time is measured in God's love because God is love. 1 John 4:16. And so we know and rely on the love God has for us. God is love. Whoever lives in love lives in God and God in them. To be measured in love is to remember God in every season. The good, the bad, the fruitful, in the seedless season. You won't complain when you recognize and understand what season you're in, because every season helps us reach our prime.